Today we're breathing new life into an old gate by remaking its frame and adding security by hiding the gate latch. I'm Todd Dermody, and this is Dunn DIY. In this project, we're replacing the frame of a cedar gate, but keeping the original boards. With that, our first step is to unscrew the gate hinges from the post, remove the gate, and place it on sawhorses or a work surface. Depending on how old your hinges are, you may need to reposition them when you remount the gate, so keep this in mind in the steps to follow. Take photos and measurements of the gate before you start disassembling. The key places you'll want to measure are the width of the cross braces and their vertical position on the fence boards, as well as the spacing of the fence boards if there is a gap between the boards. On our gate, the fence boards were still in good shape, but the frame was rotten in places, so we decided to create a sturdy frame from new lumber, but reuse the existing fence boards. Since we're going to reuse the fence boards, we'll carefully deconstruct so as not to damage them. Labeling the boards as you go will help you keep them in order and make reassembly easier. To make the new frame, cut 3 pieces of 2x4 using the old frame pieces as a template. Place the new diagonal board on the top and bottom rails to determine the length and angles at which to cut. Screw the Z-frame together at the joints using 3-inch screws. Now we'll move on to disassembly. Use a pry bar to gently remove all the fence boards without damaging them. If you have access to a Sawzall, you can use it between the fence boards and the rails of the frame to cut through the nails. Remove any old nails you come across. Once you have all the fence boards removed, double-check the dimensions of the 2x4 frame against the measurements you took before, or by holding it up in the gate opening between the posts. With your frame clamped down to a work surface and the outward-facing side up, attach the first fence board and the last fence board to start. Lay out the rest of the fence boards in the same order and with the same spacing as on the old gate. Screw the fence boards into the new Z-frame. We used a piece of scrap lumber as a guide so our screw holes were even. Attaching each board to the top rail and at the bottom rail will make your gate nice and sturdy. If you'd like to give your gate extra strength, you can add vertical braces at this point. To do this, cut 2 vertical braces based on your gate's measurements. Screw the vertical braces into the top and bottom rail. Add a few extra screws to the outside for extra strength and stability. Using the old upper and lower rails of the gate as a reference, position the hinge wings on the new rails. Then mount the gate latch on the side opposite the hinges. If you've added the extra vertical braces, mount the gate latch there, at a spot well down from the top of the gate. Next, mount the gate back on the post. Holding the gate in place, reattach the other wings of the hinges. After attaching a few of the hinge screws, swing the gate back and forth to make sure it doesn't bind, and then secure the final screws. With the gate hung on its hinges, find the spot to fasten the post side of the latch to its new position. Hold the gate in a closed position and find the right spot for this second part of the latch. Mark the holes for the latch and screw it in place. To rig up a hidden latch release, use screw eyes and thin cord or fishing line to make a hidden pull string. We suggest tying one end to a screw eye, threading it through another screw eye a few inches down from it, and then tying it off to the latch. And that's all there is to it. Now you have a solid gate with a secure latch. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time on Dunn DIY.